Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Alisha and today I'm going to show you how to make this chocolate overload cake. I'm sorry I've not been around for a couple of weeks. I have spent some well-needed time with my family and quite frankly it's been too bloody hot to bake. I baked this yesterday, it was only 19 degrees and I was sweltering in this kitchen and this chocolate cake was melting all over the place like you will see at the end of the video. So yeah, I cannot imagine making a chocolate cake in 26-degree heat. It was just not going to happen. I thought this was a really good cake to make for Father's Day. I don't know about you, but I think buying for dads is a lot harder than buying for mums. So this is a chocolate fudge sponge with chocolate ganache in between the layers. I'm not sure how well you can see this. Covered in chocolate buttercream with a chocolate ganache strip, more chocolate buttercream on top and covered in a load of chocolate. It is a little bit sweet, a little bit sickly, but what can you expect from a chocolate overload cake? So if you want to find out how to make this, then keep watching. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is make our sponges. I'm making 3 8-inch sponges, so I have got the oven heated up to 160 degrees Celsius. And I've got some cocoa powder in here, which I'm going to add some boiling water to. Basically making a giant hot chocolate and I'm going to give that a nice stir. Then we're going to leave that to one side to let it cool down a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is cream together the sugars and butters. So I've got light brown sugar, caster sugar, some butter, I'm going to beat this on a medium speed for a good few minutes until it is nice, pale and fluffy. Should look a little something like this. So the next step is to add in the eggs. I'm going to add in a couple at a time and mix for about a minute between each lot. Oh, okay. That's 3 in instead of 2, oh well. Now you want to add in your flour, bicarb and baking powder all in one go. And mix this on a nice low speed until it's just come together. Then we're going to bring back our chocolate mixture and add in the milk and the vanilla. Give that a quick stir together. Then we're going to pop this on a low speed and pour this in slowly at the same time. And it should look a little something like this, a very, very full bowl. Now, it probably hasn't mixed everything together, so I'm just going to go in by hand and just gently give it all a good mix. Make sure I've got everything off the sides, off the bottom. Then I've got 3 8-inch baking tins and I'm going to pour this mixture into it, very, very heavy. And it's probably going to go everywhere, but here goes. And then we're going to bake these for about 25 minutes at 160 degrees. You always want to slightly undercook chocolate cakes to create that fudgy texture. But if you stick a skewer in and it comes out pretty much clean, then you know they're ready. Chocolate cakes are out of the oven, so I'm going to leave them to cool in their tins for a good 10 to 15 minutes before putting them on a cooling rack, and then we can make the chocolate ganache. Whilst the cakes are cooling, I'm going to start the chocolate ganache. So I've got some dark chocolate here with some double cream. I am going to melt it in the microwave for about a minute, stirring every 20 seconds. Just like so, and then I'm going to let that cool down and thicken slightly. And whilst that is doing its thing, we can make the chocolate buttercream. I have got some butter in a bowl. It is real butter, not baking spread or margarine. And I'm going to whip this up until it becomes nice and pale, and it will volumize as well, for about 5 to 10 minutes on a medium to high speed. Once it's looking a bit more like that, we can add our icing sugar in, and we're going to add it in 2 stages. And you want to start it off nice and slow, increase the speed as you go, and mix it for about 3 minutes in total. Then add your second half in and repeat the process. And it should look something like that. So now I'm going to add in a little bit of milk, a little bit of vanilla, balance out the chocolate flavour. Give that a mix until it's just combined. Then I have melted some dark chocolate and just let it cool down slightly. And I'm going to add in a little bit of a thyme into the buttercream. And you might need to add some more milk afterwards just to loosen it up again, but we'll see how we get on. And again, just mix it until it is combined. There we go, buttercream done. And now we can start assembling this all together. So, I'm going to get a little bit of buttercream on the bottom to act as a glue. Grab your first layer, press it down, get some ganache, spread it out. Grab your next layer, and your ganache, spread it out. Grab your final layer, but flip it upside down. I think I need to move the camera slightly, it's a tall cake. think that does the trick. Apologies for the messy background, but that's just the reality of baking. I'm just trying to make sure it's all level. I love this cake stand. I got it in a bake-off box. If you've not seen that video, I will leave a card in the description. But usually I use a turntable, and if I move this, it makes a really horrible sound, so I'm trying not to move it much. Okay, now we can start on the crumb coat. So you just want to work it in to the sponge and just gently put it down the sides, and again work it in side to side. I'm going to grab a cake scraper and just work it around the edge. Looks fairly straight. I'm happy with that. It doesn't need to be perfect, it's literally just to lock the crumbs in. So I'm going to leave this in the fridge for about half an hour, and then we can do our final coat. Now for the next layer of buttercream. So again, I'm going to put it on the top. Grab a palette knife, push it to the top and work it down the sides. That will do. So again, we're going to pop it in the fridge for about half an hour until it is nice and set. Whilst the cake is doing its thing, I'm going to make my drip out of ganache. So I've just got double cream and dark chocolate, and again we're going to melt it in the microwave for about a minute, stirring every 20 seconds. There we go, this ganache is a lot thinner because I've used a different ratio, but I'm going to let it cool down, and as it cools it is going to thicken slightly, and then we can test if it is the right thickness to do a drip. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is put the drip on. So to test the drip, if you just put a little bit on the side of your bowl and see how it runs down, you'll be able to know if it's ready or not, basically. You can do this in a piping bag, in a squeezy bottle. I just like to do it with a spoon. So you just put a bit on and work it towards the edge. And you can just smooth the rest on the top. I've got the rest of the buttercream in a bag, and I'm just going to do some swirls on top. And then we can add the decorations on top. So I've got some dairy milk, some Rolos, Smarties, Maltesers. And this is a chocolate overload cake, so we are gonna go OTT. Obviously, because you can never have too much chocolate. I mean, it's gonna be a very sickly and sweet cake. But you can just have a little slice at a time, give yourself an hour and then go again, right? Gonna adjust the camera again so you can see everything. As I said before, please ignore the messy background. Oh, paper packaging. Yes, Smarties. That's what we like to see. And then the Smarties, I'm gonna put one on the end of each strip. Hopefully they stay, just to give it a little bit of colour. You know what I mean? Has that ruined it? Or does it look alright? I think that looks alright. It just adds a bit of colour to it, doesn't it? And then got this bar of dairy milk. And I'm gonna get a big old knife and cut an angle. And it's very hot in this kitchen, but I'm gonna try and stick it out of the cake. So let's choose our best side first. Maybe there's our best side. So I'm gonna cut a little hole for it to go. Grab the bit you want, and then you can just sort of stick it in. Is melting, but trying to be quick. And then, oh no, one of the Smarties is falling off. It's just so hot in here. And we've got some Rolos as well. Hang on, where's my buttercream gone? Buttercream, where are you? So I'm just going to put some buttercream behind the chocolate, not only to disguise the hole, but also to add as a bit of decoration. And we can, oh no, another Smartie's fallen off. Come on, cake, you can do this. Just a little bit longer, then I'll put you in the fridge. What else should we put on? Some more Maltesers, just drop them in there. Like so. Some Smarties on top. I don't want to ruin it. What do we think? I mean, it's very heavy. I need to move the camera again. This is getting taller and taller. All of my Smarties are falling off. Please don't fall off. Please just stay on a little while longer until I can get you in the fridge. Ooh. Okay, I am going to wrap this up quickly before this cake melts everywhere. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. We have created a brilliant Father's Day cake if you are looking to bake for your dad this Sunday. It is a chocolate fudge cake, chocolate ganache in between the layers, covered in chocolate buttercream, a chocolate ganache drip, more chocolate buttercream on top, and covered in more chocolate. It is sickly, it is sweet, it is a chocolate overload cake, and that's exactly what it says on the tin. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching, bye!